If you're thinking about buying or selling in DFW this year, I just dove into the February market data, and there are three things you need to know. Whether you should wait or go, how to price in this market, and why the next few months might be the best opportunity that we've seen in the last few years. Number one, if you're a buyer, this is the most favorable market that we've had in years, and it's not even close. Buyer activity of the last few months has been jumping up. We've gone from 2.9 shows per listing in December to 4.2 last month in February. That's a 44% increase in the buyer pool over the last few months, but here's the thing. Prices haven't caught up yet. The median sales price in DFW is only $355,000 right now, which is down 3.7% from the same time last year. So you have more homes to choose from, the prices have stayed flat or gone down in most areas across DFW, and interest rates are down almost a half percentage point from where they were the same time last year. That combination gives you room to negotiate, lower payments, and softer closing costs. Sellers are saying yes to deals they weren't saying yes to a year ago. But that showings per listing number, it's going to continue to creep up as we get in the spring market, which means more buyers entering the market, more competition, and those great deals are going to slowly evaporate as the spring market picks up. Number two, if you're a seller, the demand is there. We know more buyers entering the market, and pending sales are up to help prove it. Pending sales are positive year over year for the first time in a while. Buyers are actively writing offers that get accepted, and that's good news for you. But, and this is important, this is not the market where you're going to see 35 offers on one listing in 2 days. You can't expect to put your home on the MLS, no matter the price or condition, and expect a bidding war. The median price is down almost 4% from the same time last year. You're also competing with builders who are offering incentives, rate buydowns, and upgrades that most sellers can't even hope to match. So if you try to price your home like your neighbor who sold it 12 months ago, you're going to be disappointed. The sellers who are winning right now are pricing their homes where the market is, not where it was. They're offering move-in ready homes, priced accurately, and marketed well. That's your formula. Number three, and this is where this is all heading, I think we're entering a spring market that is based on balance, not craziness. Transaction volume is picking up. The rates are projected to stay in the high fives and low sixes, so kind of bouncing in that range. And that improved affordability with the lower rates and lower prices is going to pull some families off of the sidelines that decided to wait in 2024 and 2025. But remember, this is 2021. We are not going to go back to a bidding war environment where every house has multiple offers. The market is shifting from always hot to selectively hot. The well-priced, well-prepared homes will move fast. Everyone else will have to fight it out with price cuts and time on market. For buyers, the next couple months are a real sweet spot. You have choices, negotiating power, and time to actually find the house you've been dreaming of. For sellers, the demand is real thanks to corporate relocations and population growth. But your home needs to earn the offer. It won't just show up. That's where the market is right now. If any of that sounds appealing or piques your curiosity, I have a link in the description where you can reach out to me. We can schedule a quick intro call, and I can answer any questions you might have about the current market and how that applies to you and whether or not it's a good time for you to make a move. After 9 years in real estate and helping hundreds of people accomplish their real estate goals, I've learned to focus on processes and strategies to help my clients achieve their goals with the least amount of stress possible. So check the link in the description and book your call now. Let's dive into the numbers. These all come straight from NTREIS Trends, which is part of the MLS. This covers the entire North Texas region. If you're curious about something more particular in your city or county, or even maybe your neighborhood, contact me with that link in the description and I can break that down even further. And for those of you like me who are true data nerds, there's also a link in the description for a blog post that breaks all this down in even more detail with interactive charts and graphs. Shows per listing, this is the number I'm watching the closest. It tells you how many times the average home is being shown to a potential buyer. In December, it was at 2.9. January, it jumped to 3.9, and then last month in February, it jumped to 4.2. That's a 45% increase in 2 months and up 2.4% year over year. What's really driving this increase? The rates dropped. So through the beginning of the year, rates kept dropping, and by the end of February, they were down to the high fives. That's the lowest they'd been in a few years. And that was enough to get people off the sidelines and into open houses. 9,380 homes went under contract in February, and that's up from 8,323 in January. Year over year, that's a positive 0.3%. It's a small number, but the direction matters. It's the first time in a while that has been a positive direction. Total inventory is at 42,375 homes. That's up from January, where it was 41,435, but down from the same time last year by 0.7%. New listings are up 4.7% from the same time last year, so more sellers are entering the market. They're just getting absorbed by a little bit higher buyer activity. The failed listings numbers are staying fairly consistent, which NTREIS doesn't actually report on. That's the gap between total inventory movement and closed sales versus new listing. The months of supply is at 4.3%. Now, this is down 2.3% versus last year and only up slightly from January, which was 4.2. So technically, 6 months is a balanced market, so this should be a seller favorable market, but it doesn't feel like that. And I think it doesn't feel that way because we're shifting to a more buyer favorable market. So with prices still staying down and inventory rising, this should possibly continue to trend up towards a balanced market through the rest of the year. The median sales price right now is at $355,000. It's down 3.7% from the same time last year, but up from $350,000 in January. Now, back in November, it dropped below $360,000, and you can see this line here. It hasn't done that. Brief blip in January 2024 and not again since January 2023. Seasonal winter dips in prices are normal, but this one went further down and stayed longer than is typical. So with prices and rates down over last year, affordability is up, and the really interesting thing to watch this year will be whether prices respond by going up to a higher demand, or if they're going to continue to stay flat with buyers pushing back against affordability where it is right now. So let me put all this together and give you my honest read on where the DFW real estate market is headed this year. I believe we're headed into what I'm calling a selectively hot market for the spring. Not every home is going to fly off the shelf, but the ones that are priced right and show well, they're going to move. Buyer activity is building, affordability is better than it was last year, and DFW continues to add demand with a higher population count. All the experts expect home prices to stay flat or even take a slight dip between 2 and 4% this year. I actually believe that we will stay flat or maybe increase 2 to 4% this year. With buyer demand the way that it is and sellers continually pushing back against price discounts, I think that the home prices will be very stable again this year, which is still good news for buyers. Our market is still recalibrating, kind of normalizing again after the giant upswing we had in 21 and 22. And I don't think sellers want to let go of all that equity they gained, but I know buyers are ready to make a deal. For sellers, this is all about preparation. What you're putting on the market needs to be move-in ready, priced accurately, and marketed well. The demand is there, but this market will separate sellers who have a strategy and those who don't.